Have you ever felt like you're in a storm you can't control? Like the winds and waves of life are just too much? Today, we're diving into a powerful true story about a man who faced a literal storm and came out with a message of incredible hope. This is the story of Paul Shipwreck. Our story begins on a ship crossing the Mediterranean Sea. The Apostle Paul is a prisoner, being taken to Rome to face trial. The journey is already tough, with fierce winds slowing them down. As the season for safe sailing ends, Paul, guided by divine insight, gives a stark warning to the crew. He says, "If we continue this journey, there will be great loss not only of the ship and cargo, but of our very lives." But did they listen? The ship's captain and the Roman centurion in charge had other ideas. They were more concerned with reaching a better harbor for the winter. Ignoring Paul's warning, they decided to risk it and press on. How often do we ignore a gut feeling or a wise warning, thinking we know better? Their decision would soon have dramatic consequences. Shortly after setting sail again, a monstrous storm, a hurricane-force wind called a northeaster, descends upon them. The ship is completely at the mercy of the violent sea, tossed and turned, driven far off course. 4 days, there's no sun, no stars, just darkness and chaos. The sailors fight desperately to save the ship, even throwing the precious cargo overboard to lighten the load. Imagine the fear, the exhaustion, the feeling of complete hopelessness as the storm rages on day after day. All hope of being saved was slowly vanishing. But in the middle of this despair, one man stands up. Paul gathers everyone, and his voice cuts through the fear. He says, "You should have listened to me and avoided this damage. But now I urge you to take courage. Not one of you will be lost." Last night, an angel of the God to whom I belong stood by me and said, "Do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar. And God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. So keep up your courage, men, for I have faith in God that it will happen just as He told me." His words weren't just empty optimism. They were a lifeline of divine promise. He brought strength and a glimmer of hope to the terrified crew. After 2 long weeks adrift, the sailors sense they are approaching land. In the dead of night, they drop 4 anchors from the stern, praying for daylight to come. As the morning dawns, they see a bay with a sandy beach. This is their one shot at survival. They cut the anchors, untie the rudders, raise the foresail to the wind, and aim the ship directly for the shore. The ship slams into a sandbar and runs aground. The force of the waves is relentless, and the back of the ship begins to break apart. In the chaos, the soldiers plan to kill the prisoners to prevent them from escaping. But the centurion, wanting to save Paul, stops them. He orders everyone who can swim to jump overboard and head for land. The rest are told to grab onto planks and pieces of the ship. Miraculously, every single person, all 276 of them, makes it safely to shore. The survivors find themselves on the island of Malta. The islanders show them extraordinary kindness, building a fire to warm them from the cold and rain. Paul's faith and God's promise were fulfilled. The ship was lost, just as predicted, but not a single life was taken by the storm. So what does this incredible story teach us today? Paul's shipwreck is a powerful reminder that storms are an inevitable part of life. We will all face times when we feel lost, broken, and at the mercy of forces beyond our control. But this story shows us that even in the darkest chaos, God's presence provides unshakable courage and hope. His promises hold true even when everything around us is falling apart. It teaches us to trust Him in the middle of the storm, to be a voice of encouragement when others are afraid, and to have faith that He will see us safely to shore. Thanks for watching. If this story encouraged you, please like this video and subscribe for more content that builds faith and inspires hope. See you next time.